Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Is my voice clear? Audible to everyone? Right. So, where did we finish in the last class? I think we finished on the preparation of the trial balance in the last class. We finished with the preparation of the trial balance in the last class. So, we have basically, if we look at the definition of the accounting, which we did in the first class, accounting is recording, classifying, and summarizing. So, we have done the recording part by the preparation of journal. We have done the classification part by the preparation of the ledger, and we have done the summarization. First step in summarization we have done by the preparation of trial balance. Now the trial balance would be followed by the profit and loss account and balance sheet. This profit and loss account and balance sheet are called as the final accounts. Final accounts consist of the manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. These accounts are prepared at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter, whatever is the statutory requirement. If it is a limited company whose shares are listed on any of the stock exchange, then these final accounts would be prepared at the end of the quarter, because that is the requirement of the stock SEBI. And if it is not a limited company, not listed on the stock exchange, the final accounts would be prepared at the end of the year. End of the year means end of the period of 12 months. That is 1st April to 31st March of the following year. So, what are the statements which needs to be prepared while preparing the final accounts are? The main statements are manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet. If you are manufacturing something, you will have to prepare manufacturing account. Manufacturing account will show you the cost of goods manufactured. The purpose of preparing the manufacturing account to find out the cost of goods manufactured, that during the year what is the cost which is incurred in the manufacturing operations. That is how much we have spent on the manufacturing of the goods. Trading account. Trading accounts gives the overall result of trading, that is gross profit or gross loss. Means we have manufactured, now the goods are traded. Traded means purchase and sale. So it will give you the overall result of the business, trading, gross profit or gross loss, that what is the margin you are earning, the sales minus purchases will give you the gross profit or gross loss. Profit and loss account. Profit and loss account shows the overall position of the organization for the given period. That is, in the profit and loss account, we will meet out all the expenses, whatever being incurred in the business, and we will see all the income, and this will give you the net profit or net loss which is incurred during the year, during the period of time for which you are preparing the profit and loss account. Then it is followed by the balance sheet. Balance sheet shows the position of the assets and liabilities at a given point of time. That is, assets means how much we own, liabilities means how much we owe. I am very close to mic, Tanjeet. Is my voice not audible? Let me check the volume. If it is high for some people, please adjust at your end. Okay. So these are the 4 statements which needs to be prepared. Manufacturing account will be prepared only in the case of the manufacturing concern. If you are not manufacturing anything, you are purchasing the goods and you are selling the goods, or you are rendering the services, then manufacturing account will not be prepared. You will start with the trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So now let's see the format for these statements. The formats are given in your book itself. Chapter Chapter 7, Chapter 7, there is tab 7.3. It has manufacturing account and trading account in it. Yes, the whole book is in your syllabus. Please tell me the page number. Chapter 7, point number 7.3. Manufacturing account. Manufacturing account, trading account. No, it cannot be page number 51. 7.3. Heading 7.3. Manufacturing account is the heading. Yes, it should be page 120 only. 120 or 121. Okay, page 121, you can see the manufacturing account there. John, right now concentrate on the formats, then we will talk about this topic later. Manufacturing account, the format is given, and then trading account is given. Right? So, manufacturing account, page 121. Manufacturing, manufacturing account for the year ending. Manufacturing account for the year ending so and so, it means the manufacturing account is prepared for a certain period, right? You can see it is in the account format, debit side, credit side, two sides are there. So now how it is starting, the first item in the debit side, to work in process opening. Now you have, when you are manufacturing, you will have basically, you need raw material to manufacture, RM to manufacture, right? From from RM, it would be converted into the finished goods, and during this process the work in process will take place, and during at the end of the year there may be some goods in the semi-finished stage. The goods which are in the semi-finished stage would be called as the work in process or WIP. We prepare this manufacturing account, let's say from 1/4/11 to 31/3/12. So as on 1/4/11 I would have some RM with me, I would have some WIP with me. WIP means the semi-finished goods which were in semi-finished stage as on 31st March 11. So as at the beginning of the year I am carrying them as the WIP, and I would have some finished goods with me, right? Similarly, as on 31/3/12 there would be some raw material left with me. There would be some semi-finished goods which would be left with me. Semi-finished goods I am treating as WIP, and there would be some finished goods left with me. Right? This will go like this. So the first item, manufacturing account, to work in process opening. Means what is the work in process opening? Means the closing of the previous year. Right? Then to raw material consumed. Whatever is the raw material consumed during the year. Raw material consumed you can calculate by opening stock, add purchase of material, less closing stock of raw material. This will give you raw material consumed. Then next item is to direct or productive wages and to other factory overheads. So in manufacturing account, we will take only those expenses which are directly related to the manufacturing process. That is the expenses in which you can establish the direct nexus between incurring of the expense and the manufacturing process. Like factory overheads may include power and fuel, repairs to plants, depreciation of plant, factory supervisor salary, factory insurance, all those things, factory repair and maintenance, plant and machinery repair and maintenance, all this would be included in the manufacturing account. Then on credit side, you will have by work in process closing. Now as you have taken in the debit side opening, work in process closing in the credit side. Then sale of scrap. If during the manufacturing process some scrap has been generated and if that scrap has been sold, that would be taken care of by sale of scrap. Then last item, by cost of production of finished goods during the period transferred to the trading account. This is the balancing figure which is derived from this account. This is the balancing figure. This is the cost of production of finished goods during the period transferred to the trading account. This is the balancing figure coming from here. In manufacturing account, we will take all the expenses which are directly related to the manufacturing process. Certainly labor is related to the manufacturing process, then we will take it in the manufacturing account. Salaries of the factory staff, factory supervisor, they would be taken in the manufacturing account. But the administrative staff is not directly related to the manufacturing. So they will not be taken in the manufacturing account. Clear? This account will give you the cost of production of finished goods during the year transferred to the trading account. Any doubt related to the manufacturing account? We have not yet come to trading account. Okay. Now let's come to WIP buy-in credit. I am not able to understand beneath what you are trying to ask me. E.g. WIP buy-in credit. EG is for what? But what in credit? By work in process closing. Work in process closing. Work in process closing means the semi-finished goods which are lying in your hand at the close of the year. I gave the example right here that you are preparing the manufacturing account from 1/4/11 to 31/3/12. So as on 1/4/11 when you have started the year, there would be some finished goods which are in the semi-finished stage. So that would be the opening WIP, and there may be some semi-finished goods at the close of the year. That would be taken in the closing WIP. We write 2. We write 2 in case of debit and buy in case of credit. It is not against the particular items, it is against all items. Debit for 2 and credit for buy. Yes, this manufacturing account will be in terms of rupees. You must have seen there are 4 columns: debit amount, rupees, particulars, then credit amount. We we can only enter the transactions which have monetary value. Two for debit, buy for credit. Two debit side, buy credit side. Cost incurred both in debit and in credit. Okay, Vineet, you go through the trading account. Then I will give you an example that will make it more clear. I think you are trying to ask that work in process is the cross cost incurred. That is coming in debit as well as it's coming in credit. That's what you mean to say? Okay, let's go to trading account. Trading account, the purpose of trading account is to find out the difference between sales and purchase price, or the difference between sales and the cost of goods manufactured. Now we are in a competitive market. By and large, my gross profit, which is shown by the trading account, should be same as compared to my competitors, because in competitive market the selling price, my selling price would be same as that of my competitor. I cannot keep it too high or too low, and my purchase price will also be same as compared to him, right? Or if it is less or high, that will influence my gross profit. So trading account starts with debit side to opening stock of finished goods, right? So finished goods which are lying in your hand at the beginning of the year. To cost of production of finished goods transferred from manufacturing account. Next item is, this is the balancing figure which is coming from the trading account. To purchases of finished goods less returns. To carry charges on goods purchase. Carriage charges on goods purchase, that is the cartage invert, the charges which you have paid on the purchase of goods. Then credit items by sales less returns, by closing stock of finished goods, that is the finished goods which are lying in your hand at the close of the year. And if credit side is more means your sales is more. If your sales is more, then the debit side shows your expense side. So if sales is more, then debit side, it will give you gross profit. The balancing figure will come as the gross profit. And if debit side is more, that is your expense side is more, it will give you gross loss in the credit side. So this was trading and profit and loss account. Any doubt relating to trading and profit and loss account? Now I would not say that these are the fixed format. The principle is decided that what expense needs to be taken. In case of manufacturing account, the expenses which are related to manufacturing should be taken. And in case of trading account, the difference between the purchase and sale price has to be taken. Right? We have not done the profit and loss account as of yet. We are still doing the manufacturing account and trading account. We have not moved to profit and loss account. I say that during the year you purchased 1000 goods, 1000 units you purchased at a price of 10,000, right? 1000 units purchased at a price of 10,000, and you sold out 800 units at a price of 15,000. From the previous stock, you are having previous year's stock, you are having 200 units in your hand, right? What is your profit here? We have not done the profit and loss account as of yet. We are doing the manufacturing and trading account only. I don't know when I have said that we have done the profit and loss account. I don't know. Okay, let's concentrate here. During the year, I have purchased 1000 units at a price of 10,000. And out of these 1000 units, I have sold 800 units at a price of 15,000. And from the previous year, I had the opening stock of 300 units with me, right? What is my profit for the year? How will you tell me profit for the year? My profit for the year is 15,000. Five thousand? 7,000? How is it 7,000? Okay, 300 you don't know in what rate. Okay. 300 if you don't know what rate. John, I have told you that you should go through AS2, for which you have to go yourself. AS2 is valuation of inventory. It says cost or market price, whichever is lower. You have to value your inventory at cost or market price, whichever is lower. Yes, Divya, you are right. Now the thing which is happening, if you are seeing 5,000 is the profit. I have purchased 1000 units. This I am taking it in number of units right now. Right, out of these 1000 units, I have sold 800 units. Though these 1000 units were purchased for 10,000 and I have sold them for 15,000. You can say 5k is the profit. 5,000 is the profit. This is what you are saying right now. But how can you say 5,000 is the profit? This 15,000 is the sales revenue for 800 units. And this 10,000 is the purchase price for 1000 units. And I am still having 300 units in my opening balance, in my opening stock. They will carry some value. And still at the end of the year, I am having 500 units in my hand. Right? So here it means the opening stock is for 300 units. And the closing stock is for 500 units. Right? This is the units I have written. These are units. So merely subtracting the subtracting the purchase price from the selling price will not give you accurate profits until and unless you balance the number of units also. If you see your trading account is having opening stock of finished goods in the debit side. Then purchase of finished goods in the debit side means opening stock and purchases in the debit side. Then sales in the in the credit side and closing stock in the credit side. So this is the balancing mechanism. Now the number of units are balanced. Yes, the same is here in the trading account as well as in the manufacturing account when you were asking about work in process. Is it clear with everyone? The concept of the opening stock and closing stock? What I said, my question was, during the year we have purchased 1000 units at a price of 10,000 and during the year I have sold 800 units at a price of 15,000. Right? So you said 5,000 is the profit. How it can be? I have 300 units in my opening stock. So 300 is here. 1000 in my purchase. 800 I have sold. 500 is left out. So this is the balancing mechanism which is existing in your trading account. Now how to find out the profit? Okay. I have made you write that AS2 evaluation of inventories is a mandatory standard. Valuation of inventory standard says that the inventory should be valued at cost or market price, whichever is lower. Here what is the cost? 10. Market price? 15,000 divided by 800 will give you market price. So AS2 says cost or market price, whichever is lower. Right? So my cost is lower. So I should value my inventory at cost. So opening stock would be valued at 300 into 10, 3000. Purchase price I have, this is 3000, somewhat written weirdly. Purchase price I have 10,000. Selling price I have 15,000. And closing stock 500 units at the price of 10, 5,000, which gives you the profit of 7k. Is that right? This is what is happening in your trading account. Now, I hope the concept of opening stock and closing stock for all the three types of stock, raw material, WIP and finished goods, all of them have the same mechanism, they have the same nature. It must be clear with everyone now. So, manufacturing account has helped you in finding out the cost of goods manufactured. Trading account has given you the result of trading, that is gross profit or gross loss. Now, this gross profit or gross loss will be transferred to the profit and loss account. And this gross profit, out of this gross profit, you have to meet all your other business expenses. Whatever is the expense, salaries, rent, electricity, stationery, rent, rates, taxes, insurance, whatever are the expenses have to be met through the gross profit only. For the format of profit and loss account, it is given in 7.2.2. Previous to it, I think some 2 pages before it. I think it should be 118 or 119. Profit and loss account for the year ending so and so. What is the page number? Come 2 pages before it, 2 or 3. Page 116. It should be 19. Page 119, profit and loss account for the year ending dash and dash. In this profit and loss account, you will, it may be 16 on some books, 19 or some books, it is the difference of the reprinting only. In this profit and loss account, if you were having the gross profit, it will have by gross profit brought down, credit side, and from this gross profit, in the debit side, you will have all the other business expenses which are appearing in the trial balance, other than those which we have already treated in our manufacturing account and our trading account. Salaries, rent, commission, advertisement, bad debt, discount. This is not an exhaustive list. There may be many others also. And in the credit side, any other income if you are having. Discount received, interest received, dividend received, rent received, whatever income you are having in your trial balance, that would appear in the credit side. Right. Now, if credit side is more, credit side is more. Credit side is more means your profits, your income side is more than the debit side. It will give you net profit. The balancing figure would be the net profit. And if debit side is more, it means the expenses are more. It will give you the net loss. Yeah, we, as a matter of practice, we prepare the trading and profit and loss account in the same format. Upper portion reflects the trading account and the lower portion reflects the profit and loss account. Yes, trading will give you gross profit or gross loss. Are the three statements clear with everyone? Any doubt relating to any statement? We will do the balance sheet, then we will take a practical question for these. Cost of inventory is taken at a lower of market price and cost, whichever is lower. Reason being that if we take it on a higher, then we would be booking the profits, and that profits are not realized. Even if you are having the inventory, you are saying that for a commodity whose price is increasing year on year, it is better to have a higher inventory. Even if you are having the higher inventory, then it doesn't mean that you are having profits. Profits would be realized only when you sell it. And when you sell it, the inventory would be taken at a selling price only. These are, yes, these are fixed formats. Standard formats means what type of modifications you want. The modifications like the chronology of the items may be different. But yes, debit will remain on this side and credit will remain on this side. That will remain same. Chetan, what you are trying to say, inventory is valuated year on year as per last year value? The valuation of inventory is cost or market price, whichever is lower. If today my market price is lower, then I have to value it at market price rather than on cost. You mean to say you need to do the total for debit and credit, then showing the subtracting? That is not a right practice, Vineet. That is not a standard accounting practice. We find the balance and then we write the totals. You can, if you want to do that, you can do it in your working sheet using the pencil. But that again, that will create one more line item, more chances of mistakes. If you want, you can do those things at your convenience in your working sheets. No, it has to be carried at 90. Cost or market price, whichever is lower. We don't want any booking of profits due to inventory. Why we are taking the closing stock? We are taking the closing stocks here, both sides, to balance it. To balance the number of units to find out the exact profits. We don't want that due to this closing stock, the profits should increase. We don't want that. That will create something artificial. The stock is with me. If the stock is lying in my godown, how can I have profits on it sitting in my godown? That's what is called as creative accounting. Come to chapter number 8. Chapter number 8, tab 8.2, balance sheet. Chapter number 8, tab 8.2, balance sheet. What's the page number? 133, 132, whatever it is, the balance sheet format is given there. Balance sheet as on dash and dash. Liabilities, assets. You must be remembering the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. This is the same accounting equation here. Liability side will have all the liabilities and assets will have all the assets, all the current assets and fixed assets. Liabilities will have all the liabilities, current liabilities, long-term liabilities and the capital. Profit will also be transferred to the capital because it belongs to the owner. Your liabilities will always be equal to the assets. So at the end of the final accounts question, your balance sheet should tally. It is a self-check mechanism. If your balance sheet is telling, it means it is correct. The question is correct. Okay, let's do the question number 6. Question number 6, chapter 7. If you miss out a double entry or not, that only the trial balance will tell you. If you say miss out, what do you mean miss out? Means you did half the entry and you didn't did half the entry. Then why it should tell you? It works on the double entry system. See, completely miss out is not a problem. Completely miss out and it will tell you. Because both the aspects have been missed out. But if you have missed out the single aspect, then it will not tell you. Okay, go through question number 6, chapter number 7, unsolved questions, question number 6. It reads like from the understated trial balance of Messrs. Sunil Brothers. Page 128, Vineet says the trial balance total is 3,16,000. I am moving to Excel.